Hey, this is Soundist. I just finished listening to Miley Cyrus's new album, Something Beautiful, and woo, it's a good one. The prelude is such an interesting place to start, but I actually had to go back at the very end to listen to it again and read the lyrics because I kind of missed it the first time. She's trying to describe a bunch of fleeting moments that she's trying to grasp a hold of, but these moments may only be understood in passing. That's kind of the beauty in them, which I guess is kind of a metaphor for life. Then she moves on to Something Beautiful, which is more pared back, but her voice is more prominent, also kind of breathy. It kind of has an R&B feel, but then it has these interludes that are darker, that interject, where she talks about lightening up the dark, which makes me think that you have to reveal the dark in order to be able to shine a light on it. It seems like she's finding beauty in the mess. Then she moves on to End of the World, which has a kind of classic seize the day because tomorrow isn't promised type of a feel, and it's upbeat the whole way through. Although the music at the very end kind of sounds like foreshadowing the inevitable end. In More to Lose, you can hear her southern roots for sure, and it's a song that's just filled with so much life experience. It kind of sounds like one of those songs where people put their arms around each other and sway all together. The first interlude is really cinematic, and I noticed in some YouTube comments people were mentioning that it sounds like it could be in season 3 of White Lotus, and it definitely has that kind of offbeat, dark, eclectic feel to it. I love Easy Lover. I think this one might be my favorite. The music video, I should say, kind of gives exactly what the song exudes. So if you want to get some really good visuals on it to just kind of encapsulate the whole song, definitely watch the music video. It just makes me think of Bob Mackie dresses and pop star legends singing on pedestals, and it has a strong showbizy kind of feel, but it's just a fun one. I don't even know exactly how to describe it, but it definitely gave me chills. The second interlude was so fun. It kind of makes you feel like you're entering a different dimension, which makes me think of her interview with Zane Lowe, where she was saying that she is now able to kind of extract frequencies. The interludes kind of feel like they have a darker tone than the other songs, but it kind of feels like a representation of what she was talking about, extracting frequencies. And it kind of has this driving force kind of energy. Golden Burning Sun was really nice. I actually happened to be listening to it while I was sitting out in the sun. It sounds kind of wistful, but overall I would say it sounds like someone who's been through a lot in love, but still has a lot of hope and optimism and is just a romantic at heart. Walk of Fame she's definitely leaning into that 80s synth sound. It's kind of a strutting, self-aggrandizing song, but it feels more like it's meant to boost yourself up, not necessarily just to show off, but just, if there are witnesses to your, walking in your power, so be it kind of a thing. But it also just made me think about how, for her, she's just stating facts. Like her whole life, she walks on the street. That is her walk of fame. That just is how things are for her. But I also feel like it's a song where anybody can relate to that feeling where, you're just feeling good. You're out and you're like kind of fully embodied in yourself and not really caring what other people think, and just, you make your own walk of fame. Pretend You're God is a really good one. It was definitely more toned down, but I really appreciate it. I don't know if I need to rank it, but it's definitely one that I liked a lot more just because the tone was different than other songs on the album. But it does have this sense of searching and kind of needing assurance from your lover. But it was a really beautiful one. Every Girl You've Ever Loved was next. And once I got to this song, I just started reflecting on the whole album pretty much, just thinking about how much of a pro she is, just because every single one was good. This one was such a good song. It had Naomi Campbell on it, and it just kind of has that 80s model catwalk, maybe like ballroom scene as well. But yeah, the song is so complete. Every song is so complete and just has a strong identity. On Reborn, she's talking about heal my ego, which kind of makes me think of having an ego death because she's talking about heaven, but obviously she's still here on earth. So that's what it reminded me of. Reborn's a really fun one. Give Me Love is the last song on the album, and it definitely has a more retrospective feel to it, where she's kind of talking about how after all is said and done, you just need to be loved. You just need love. I think this album is just such a great deep dive into an artist's innovative, beautiful mind, where you can see she's just entirely dedicated to her craft. Like her whole body and soul is in it. You can kind of feel it with every fiber of your being. And she's definitely a legend. So I don't necessarily even need to say that she's a legend in the making. But this kind of an album just shows that she has so many ideas and so much creativity in general inside of her. So there's just going to be so much more to come.